Mass Effect Nation. I'm glad to announce that I am now doing YouTube full-time. It's my main gig and my only job, so I get to make a lot of awesome stuff and yell a lot about many things. So make sure to subscribe because I'm going to be uploading multiple videos a week and I have a lot of awesome stuff in the future. You will see. Now, the first thing that I want to yell about is 5 things that I think could have easily made Mass Effect Andromeda much better. Now, if you like this video and it doesn't make your eyes melt, be sure to headbutt that like button like any good Krogan would, and share this video to keep other fans in the know and so we can help create an awesome community. Now, the first thing is simple and it should have been a given, but somehow BioWare dropped the ball on this one. And well, when you think of Mass Effect, the only thing you think of is obviously the original trilogy. I mean, it was the foundation of Mass Effect's universe, and pretty much it was everyone's first introduction to the franchise. So when BioWare failed to properly nod at the original trilogy enough times within Mass Effect Andromeda, I feel it left many die-hard, long-term Mass Effect fans wanting and feeling abandoned a bit. Like there's a lot of empty story holes and just loose ends. BioWare missed out on a perfect opportunity to offer even the smallest amount of closure and to capitalize on that warm and fuzzy Mass Effect nostalgia. Second is something that really bugs me, and is, in my opinion, a big step backwards for the Mass Effect franchise. And again, it's another unforgivable mistake on BioWare's part, especially because BioWare specializes in RPG games. And the reason I say this is because one essential part of most, pretty much all RPG games is customizing your character and your party. And in Mass Effect Andromeda, the only customization over your squad mates is their skill tree and whether or not you choose to make them cry during dialogue options.
You can either fight at my side or get crushed under my heel, but you will not stand in my way.
It's just stupid for you not to be able to customize at least the weapons your squad mates carry, if not their armor as well. I mean, how can you fully customize and tailor your party members' skills to your playstyle if you can't change or modify the weapons they use to match their skills and what you spend their experience points on? Add in the fact that you were able to do this in the previous 3 Mass Effect games and most of the Dragon Age games, and you get one big herp-derp on BioWare's end. Third on my list is something I think could have added a lot more depth to the gameplay, and that is being able to have more control over the growth and expansion of your outposts. Being able to see detailed statistics and analytics of the growth of your colonies, as well as being able to guide the gathering of resources and construction of future buildings could have been awesome. Now, I'm not saying you had to make Mass Effect SimCity, but that would have been kinda cool, and it would have certainly at least been more than what there was now in the game. I feel like most of that was just kinda hollow, and most of the options you chose were just kinda blah. It didn't affect the outposts too much, and they would have still more or less looked the same no matter what options you chose. Certain buildings could have offered buffs to the initiative or to your character, like an armory, or a research station, or, general stuff like that. And it could have made it feel like you had a lot more of a hand in the growth of humanity's first steps in the Andromeda Galaxy. Fourth is something I don't see enough people talking about, which it kind of surprises me because personally it's a big red flag. And that is, where are all these new alien races in the Andromeda Galaxy? We have the robotic the Remnant, then we have the Collector, the Ket, and then we have the Angara. Now, they're pretty much the only new major races in the Andromeda Galaxy that we get to meet, at least. I mean, yeah, we're only in one star cluster, but you think that these races would have maybe at least heard of the other races? I mean, I don't know. Anyway, the point is, what we got in Mass Effect Andromeda is just sad. I was expecting much more in terms of aliens. Was I the only one? I mean, if there was at least another intelligent race or two whose cities we could have landed, explored, went shopping, blah blah blah, done quests for, negotiated with, and so on, I feel like it would have made the Andromeda Galaxy feel much more like a lively place and like it was teeming with as much life as the Milky Way was. When compared to the Milky Way galaxy, Andromeda just feels so much more empty and alone. Now, like I said, remember, we've only been in one star cluster of the Andromeda Galaxy, pretty much, so chances are it could be full of life, but the point is, in the game itself, there wasn't that many more alien races introduced, and it felt like it was wanting. I just feel like they kind of just half-assed it. Maybe it was just me though. What do you guys think? And lastly is something that is more my opinion than any mistake on BioWare's part, but it is still something I feel could have added much more to the game, and in this instance I mean the multiplayer. Now, while I do love the multiplayer mode in Mass Effect Andromeda, having only one game mode feels it a bit wanting, and yes, I know Mass Effect 3 was the same thing. But something I have always wanted to see ever since Mass Effect 3 was a player versus player mode, PvP. 2v2s or 4v4s could work easily, and a bonus is the existing maps in the online game would all still work perfectly. The only thing BioWare would have to do is figure out a way to balance the matchmaking capability of the game so people with similar character levels and Apex ratings would be grouped together. Otherwise you get people with really badass gear fighting people with introductory basic common gear, and vice versa. Now, I think that a PvP online mode would be the ultimate test of skill and the ender of arguments, and seeing the different online characters pitted up against one another, and whose abilities trumps others' abilities, blah blah blah, it would just be pretty interesting. Let me know what you think of all these in the comments below. Also, if there is something that you would have liked to have seen in the game, be sure to comment below, because in one of my next few videos I'm going to feature some of the best comments. And remember, if you like this video and it didn't make your eyes bleed, please make sure to like and share this video, share it to your Facebooks, share it to your Twitter, share it to your mom's house, and as always, thanks for watching. Keela Salai, Mass Effect Nation.